A lucky point for Manchester United. At Bournemouth, it's now 1 win in 7. And as I've been saying all week, United need to look behind rather than in front in the league table. It was another poor performance for United. I know there's injuries, but Bournemouth have injuries as well. I was an armchair supporter today. I would have gone if it would have been 3 o'clock, but I had to be in Manchester because I'm going to try and run a first ever marathon tomorrow in Manchester, and I would have got back too late from Bournemouth to do that. So I've just spoke to my mates who were on the coach back from Bournemouth, got some video from people who were there as well. Said the away end was pretty flat until later on in the second half, and I'm going to do some ratings as well. Just remember last time Bournemouth was lovely last year. That was when Casemiro scored and got United into the Champions League. Maybe today was the day when Manchester United finally realised the Champions League was not going to happen this season. I know we felt like that for the last few weeks now, but it looks such a tall order, even though Tottenham Hotspur got hammered 4-0 at Newcastle. Manchester United are just not winning. Just not 1 win in 7. I suspect that will change with the games coming up against Burnley and Sheffield United, but it's I've not got that much confidence in this team at the moment. And for Bournemouth, well, I mean, they beat United 3-0 at Old Trafford in December. They were chasing a 4th consecutive home win for the first time in the Premier League, so they're actually in form. They were easily the better team in the first half. They should have put the game out of sight, but United, to be fair, did improve in the second half. Onana 6. Busy in the first half, 11 shots peppering his goal because Manchester United concede so many chances. I think this is completely unsustainable, no matter what the manager says. Probably could have done better for Kluivert's one, but was also grateful that another Kluivert chance fell into his lap from close range. But he's playing behind a much changed defence. Diogo Dalot 6 was far too forward to help out Cambuala for the second. Put across behind as Bournemouth pushed for a late winner. He looked frustrated at the lack of cover, and I don't think he was great today. I think he's had a very good season, probably even player of the year, but not today. Maguire, best defender. There's been 26 combinations now for United's back four. Done 12 central defence. It's just way too much, and nobody wishes for that to be the case, but it is. He looked to be struggling and holding his hip in the second half, but he did make 2 good blocks after that later on. Cambuala 4. He was targeted. This is only his 3rd Premier League start. He fell over before Solanke muscled him off the ball to put Bournemouth ahead. There was no pressure on Kluivert as he scored his second. He did well to get ahead of Solanke after 58. It looked like he may have given away a 95th minute penalty, but he was just outside the box, and VAR confirmed that. Isolated, not protected, and you can't be too harsh on someone who's just been thrown right into it. He's a teenager. Aaron Wan-Bissaka 5. Left back, the 6th player that United have had 6 players in left back this season. I mean, it's so far from the days of Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra, or even at times Luke Shaw just playing there every single week. And that is another major reason why United are struggling. He came across unsuccessfully to stop a Solanke shot on 33. He was better in the second half. 5 for Aaron. Casemiro, poor. Needed to help others around him. He had inexperienced players around him, giving him a 5. It didn't look like he had the legs to cover when someone ahead of him or around him was caught out of position. He did almost run his way to goal after 87 minutes, but that came to nothing as well. It's Casemiro's form this season has been one of the surprises and a sad surprise of Manchester United. And Kobbie Mainoo 5, literally side by side with Casemiro, and maybe that's a problem because United look so static. He's had a great season, but like his team today, he was below average. His shot did lead to a penalty after 63 minutes. And that was a gift that came out of nowhere. Garnacho 4, poor. A weak pass in the build-up to Bournemouth's opener. And he was slow to spot the danger on another Bournemouth chance soon after. He was involved in the build-up to the equaliser, but he was anodyne. He was brought off at half-time. Maybe he's shattered because he's playing all the time, and at least he's playing all the time. Fernandes, United's best player, 7-8. I think United would have lost the game without Bruno. A good technique for the equaliser on 31. He let the ball drop before volleying it into the roof of the net. He scored in 3 consecutive Premier League games now for the first time in 3 years. He looked for the corner with a dipping shot 8 minutes into time added on. But as for his penalty, which was United's second, that's 30 out of 34 converted for Manchester United as he rolled the ball past Neto. So if some of the other players would have had Bruno's determination or Bruno's will to win or Bruno's whatever, I think United would have been much better. Rashford 5, he scored 5 goals against Bournemouth. It's one of the teams he's done well against. Did well to involve Fernandes in the goal, wasted a chance, but 5s and 6s all the times, too often for these forwards. Partly because they're not getting service. Højlund just doesn't get enough service. He tries. He chested the ball down before that first goal towards Garnacho. But no, it's the purple spell is over for him, unfortunately. It'd be great if he could get it back. Subs, Ahmad 6, straight swap for Garnacho at half-time. Sliced a volley wide after 88 minutes. Mason Mount came on for Mainoo after 78. So it's just not good enough. And there will be more conjecture about what Erik Ten Hag's future is at Manchester United. And then we've got another week now with no football until the FA Cup semi-final, and United simply got to beat Coventry City. He'll be highly motivated, of course he will. Was anything good from today? Well, I did actually go to a game in Manchester. I went to watch Trafford against Witten Albion. 8th tier of English football, 500 people there. But I was surprised because all these young boys in Manchester United tracksuits came in, and it was United's 12, 13-year-olds. And because of the coaches, and because of Dave Bushell and Tony Whelan, 2 wonderful employees of Manchester United, servants, loyal, they sponsored the game with their own money, not United's money. So the team played in Liverpool this morning. They went to a memorial for the Hillsborough disaster. And then they came back to Manchester and went to Trafford, which is the closest league club to Carrington. And the idea was that, well, they've done it before. They see real people, they see a different type of football, and it was a bad game. Trafford got beat 4-0 at home. You stand in the rain, you see people queuing for a pie. And it was great. And while I was there, one of the Liverpool coaches rang one of the United coaches and said, that was wonderful this morning. You know what? For the next Munich Air Disaster Memorial, I'd love to bring our young Liverpool players over to Old Trafford and pay our respects like you did today. And just me overhearing that was probably the highlight of my day football-wise, because it wasn't a good one for Manchester United. A lucky point at Bournemouth, 7th in the league. Really, if United do not qualify for European football next year, even like the lesser competitions, then that is a complete failure. And it's so frustrating because that 4th, that 5th, it was there for the taking. I feel it was, but United have just not been able to get a run together. That's a big frustration. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to try and run a marathon in the morning. I've had a cortisone injection put into my ankle. I've not been able to train properly for a month, and I've never done this before. So I'm just going to give it my best shot. And if I have to stop, then I have to stop. And that's all I can do. But I'll give it my best back. Till the next time, goodbye.